All right, let me start this by saying Sarah will be back to the camera soon. I'm not a cameraman. I don't like to be on camera. I like to work in silence. That's why I'm normally just working in silence in the back of these videos. But while she's laid up on the couch, somebody's got to have the camera in their hand. So after all this is caught back up, she'll be back behind the camera, and y'all won't have to look or listen to me anymore. Surprise. So Sarah's out of commission for a couple of days, and she told me that I'm in charge of the camera. That's new. But so much has happened in the last couple of days that there's too much going on to not have video of it. I think the last video we left off, it was us getting ready to go to the hospital, and a lot happened that night. I think she said we were about to get in bed to get some rest so we could get up early to go to the hospital. That did not happen. We actually came right back out to the barn, thanks to the cameras that we had set up. They're frozen? Oh, I figured. Anyway, we came right back out to the barn because we saw some weird movement, and it's a good thing we did. Because look at those little guys. I'll get in there in just a minute and get you some better view of them. Hey, Mama. Excuse me, madam. Pardon me. Let me get past you. So, we saw movement on the cameras and came straight back out to find these three little jokers. Well, we didn't find them. Let me rephrase that. We came out here, and where are you at? Is it you? Anyway, so we came out and we definitely saw that she was pushing. She was pushing and nothing was happening. You hungry? Okay. So we got in here and got to checking, and we could definitely tell there was a tail hanging out of her. So the first baby was breached. So we had to go in and get him turned around and get him out. And once we got, I know, I'm gonna bring her over here. I know you're hungry. Once we got the first one pulled out, the other two came out the right direction, so everything went smooth. But it's a good thing we had the cameras, because she would have laid here and tried to push him out breech all night, and they probably all would have died. I'm gonna go try to get her teeth warmed up. You can kind of tell she is absolutely full, and she's not wanting them to nurse. She's either A, not a good mom, or B, that thing's so full it hurts to touch, and she doesn't like that. So we're gonna get her cleaned off so we can try to get these dudes attached and fed. We got a boy and two girls, and nature's doing its thing. They're trying to find a teat, but she's not exactly wanting them to nurse, so we're gonna have to tie her up and make it happen. So I'm gonna get her tied up real quick, then I'll probably start the camera back. Anyway, we got that part done. So she had three, a buck and two does. The buck was breached, the does came out good. She's not exactly mom of the year. She does not want to be touched, especially around her udder, which is kind of inconvenient because they need that bit. I think the buck and the first doe, I believe, either have a selenium deficiency, or I'm going to make some splints because they've got their hooves are turned under, not their hooves, but the top. They're walking on the top of their feet, which usually is a selenium deficiency. We can need to wipe her. She's getting gunked up. Usually you can give them a shot of selenium and those tendons will tighten back up and get straight again. Anyway, so it was a very long couple of days. We went in to get in bed to get up early for her surgery. Ended up having to come straight back out here. We were in the barn until 3, and then we went straight to the hospital, did her surgery. Everything went well. She's good. She's just gonna be, she'll be laid up for a few days. So it'll be on the rest of us to keep all the chores up and apparently keep these videos up because she said I've got to do them now. But speaking of the rest of us, so had it not been for my wife's little sister and some really good friends down the road at another farm, it's Dusty, Shannon, and Kaylee. They run Lazy Oak Farm down the road. I called them from the hospital, looking at our cameras, noticing that she wasn't nursing, and asked if they would come over here and help milk the doe and get some milk in the babies. That way they would at least try to make it through the day. And no hesitation, everybody came out here and got her milked, got the babies bottle fed, and they're probably the only reason that those babies are still alive. So a big thanks to all of them. Definitely probably wouldn't have babies if they had not done that. But as far as everybody else goes, everybody's still doing the everybody things. They're still whining because it's cold, so am I. He's still being a turd just because he's huge. And they are still staring at me like it's the only thing out here to do. They're not exactly pleased with the fact that I took their friend into the barn. I don't think their friends are pleased that they're in the barn still either, but until I get those babies healthy enough to come out here on pasture, and Candy has her babies, they don't like to be alone, so we always try to keep 2 in the barn together so they're not freaking out. Candy should be any day now, hopefully. I'm tired of waiting, ma'am. I need you to do the whole baby thing. We need the babies out. Oh, you're hungry. My bad. Maybe don't poop in the thing. If you knock this out of my hand, big girl, we're gonna have a problem. Anyway, so that's the update on Sarah and how our couple of days went. Those videos are all gonna be individual, so it's gonna look funny because by the time I'd posted the video of us saying that they still weren't here, they were already here and we were already back from the hospital. But I didn't get to do anything that night because we immediately went straight out to the barn to help her. But we're gonna get these things milked and move on to the next one. Sorry, y'all missed most of the day. I say most of the day, it's 12 o'clock, half the day's gone. I got caught up doing the chores and I'm not used to being the one carrying a camera around, so I didn't film a lot of it. Well, any of it. We got Mayhem milked. I got minerals out for the other girls. Everybody's ice water is broken up into water. I just remembered that I was working and not filming, so I ran inside to grab the camera. Trying to get a hold of the vet. Well, I got a hold of the vet. I had to send him pictures. Got some swelling going on the back of Mayhem that we're not used to seeing in our goats, but she also did have a pretty rough go of it, considering that first one being breech and us having to pull her out. We'll pull him out. So we'll see if that's, see if the vet says that's normal-ish. I just realized I look like I haven't slept in 3 days because we haven't slept in 3 days. We got bedding changed out. I switched all of their, I raked out. All right, so we're gonna try this one more time. I've been deleting videos off this SD card from the computer, and clearly it's not working because it keeps telling me that the SD card's full. The sun is gone. It's getting cold again. I'm gonna grab Candy. Somehow Candy and Sophie pulled a switcheroo on me today. We had Candy and Mayhem walking around the courtyard here, getting some sun time and some grass time. And then I heard a chain and looked over, and Sophie was in the courtyard and Candy was back in the paddock. So now I'm gonna grab the big girl and put her back in her stall for the night, just in case she decides to pop out some babies for us. And I think I'm gonna close out everything out here. That way I can go back inside and take care of Sarah. But I gotta run to town first. Stack equipment called and the parts came in for my tractor, so I've gotta go pick those up before I call it a day. I'm gonna go check on that. I don't like the way that looks. That kid's laying weird. Oh, nope, she's up. Never mind, scared me. She looked dead for a minute. That would have sucked. All right, so I'm gonna go grab Candy, get everything. What are you doing? All right, Oliver's out there wallering in the field and making a god-awful mess. Anyway, one more time. I'm gonna go grab Candy, put her up. It's getting cold outside. Go buy tractor parts, take care of Sarah, edit video, I guess. Yeah. All right, well, I'm not doing Sarah's thing, so we'll catch you on the next one.